is Matt with another edition of Let's Drink with Matt. Now I'm doing this review, still in the new apartment. Now I'm doing this review on the patio, of course, to get a little nice winter air. We don't get a lot of winter air down here in South Florida, so better enjoy. We're supposed to be getting a cool front the next day or so, so hopefully it will bring around some cooler weather again, and hopefully I won't get sick this time. With this back and forth, hot and cold, has not been treating me very well. So if you hear a little wind fluttering in the background, it's just the wind, so don't be scared. Anyway, enough about the weather, let's talk about the beer I'm going to be reviewing tonight. And I'm going to be doing a newer variety of Sierra Nevada. Now this is the Sierra Nevada Glissade, or Glissade, whatever. Let me zoom in on that for you guys, so you can see the bottle. Now, I've always been a fan of Sierra Nevada, never had a bad Sierra Nevada, or never met a Sierra Nevada I didn't like, or drink for that matter. And this intrigued me. Now this is a Golden Bock, so this is something that's pretty much made in the fall, and then you're supposed to enjoy it later on in the year when, in the springtime or something like that, when the hops and the malts have gotten their chance to develop into a good beer. And as I said, it's a Golden Bock, in case I repeat myself again. Now this is new for 2010. It has a 2010 label on the very top with a bottleneck. And the little literature on the top says that, if I'm mispronouncing this, I'm sorry. The Glissade is remarkably mellow, sliding across the palate with layers of subtle malt flavor balanced by a touch of delicious European hops. Now, it's very dark out here. I have like 3 lights on. I have a candle here. I have a blue light my buddy just got me for a housewarming gift, and then I got that light outside, and it's still like killing my eyes. I think it's just a bunch of weird light that's not treating me very well. Anyway, so I'm just gonna pop this, and we're drinking out of the just regular 16-ounce pint glass with the Florida Marlins on it. It says Budweiser on the side, but don't worry about that. Now let's pour this. Let's get a nice head on it so we can look at this beer from all angles. Very, very nice. And we got a nice inch, probably inch and a half ahead. Nice and soapy, very white. It might be a little hard to see out here in the dark. You can see right through the beer, very golden. A lot of carbonation, a lot of bubbles. Nice mellow scent to it, kind of bready a little bit, a little something like that. A little yeasty, but nothing over the top or anything. It's a very good smell, so cheers to everybody. Well-rounded beer. Bread and butter. I kind of get that, so it's kind of very yeasty, kind of bready, but very smooth, very creamy almost, like something along the lines of butter. Got the bitter kick to it with the hops, German hops. This is, it's got like hops, it's got malt, it's got a little bit of everything in it, but very smooth beer, very fresh. The alcohol volume on this is 6.4, so above your average beer. Up into the 6, you start getting that slightly sweet alcohol taste to it a little bit. But you mix with the hops, you mix it with the malt, you're getting a slightly sweet, and then as it goes through your palate, you're getting the bitterness of the hops that it's brewed with. Now, of course, not as hoppy as, say, the Torpedo by Sierra Nevada. And of course, not as sweet as like the Bigfoot either. I would put this on the rank of less bitter than the Pale Ale, but slightly sweeter than that also. And a lot of Sierra Nevada, what I noticed a lot about is that most of the things also have like a very kind of crisp tree, not a tree, no, I guess I'll say tree, kind of a foresty taste to them, kind of just like a piney type of deal to it. This isn't piney, it's yeasty, creamy. Well, not really creamy, but it's smooth. Just like it's nice on the palate. The drinkability is high. It is not too bitter for my taste. I don't like IPAs. I know Chad, you like IPAs. I know Jay isn't a big IPA fan. I've just never been a fan of the super bitter. I like something that's a little more tangy, a little more sour, almost a little bit, but not too sweet. I like something that's easy to drink. And of course, not saying that all IPAs aren't easy to drink. I've had some really good IPAs that are very, very easy to drink. Dogfish Head comes to mind, first of all. Anywhere from 90, not so much, but to 60. I would say so. This might be comparable to the Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA. That's more bitter, of course. This has a little more sweetness to it, a little smoother, not as harsh. Just a very nice, smooth beer. Something you can enjoy as the winter melts and the spring comes upon. Of course, we don't really get winter or spring down here. This is kind of either hot or not as hot. But we have had a unseasonably warm, cold winter this year with a lot of cold fronts. But that's from all the stuff up north that I'm sure you guys have been enjoying in New York, Pennsylvania, D.C. All that great weather, 55 inches of snow. We might get 55 inches of rain sometimes, but never snow. At least snow you can play in. Water just collects, and then you get all the critters and all the gators and snakes and rats and vermin that like to go hang out in the nasty still water. So now this is the first solo beer review I've done in a while too. I was just doing those easy. I had multiple beers. It was easy to have somebody over to do comparison with. I think my palate's a little more refined, so I can talk about it a little bit more. So I would lead the conversation. So this is something I'll be doing more. I'll be doing more of the solo beer reviews. So not too much left. But good beer. It stays the same taste all the way through. The bitterness, as you drink more, this bitterness subsides and it just kind of goes into more of a sweeter taste than a bitter taste. But overall, it's just a well-rounded beer. Like I said, Sierra Nevada doesn't really let me down too often. Of course, not too much lacing, just kind of a regular head to it. It stays, but nothing special.
That's it.
All done, complete. Okay, so this was the Sierra Nevada Glissade. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I didn't look up the phonetic speaking term of it or anything like that. So I'm just gonna go with Glissade. I'm not an expert in bocks. Don't really drink a lot of them. Don't really have a frame of reference when it comes to those types of brews of beer. But overall, it's a very nice beer, very smooth. Bitterness to it, which isn't my favorite, but I was expecting that with the hops. But also had a semi-sweet, very smooth, nice on the palate. And overall, just a good beer. Sierra Nevada puts them out every year, one after another. And I have to give this a thumbs up. Just kind of on the mouth feels decent. It's not overbearing in the mouth. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. The taste is good. The head was there. The smell of it was nice. It was nice and fresh. Carbonation was great. And overall, just a very tasty beer. So, that about does it. Hope you guys enjoyed my patio. Hopefully there's not too much wind in this video. I don't think there will be though. And I will see you guys on the other side. So take it easy.